200 years ago, on this day in 1826, something extraordinary happened. We don't know what it was. It was never recorded in history. We don't even have a clue. We just know that on this day, something extraordinary happened in 1826. Or maybe 27 or 1828, who knows? That is why you should listen to the battery-operated Magic Toupee. We can't give you a better justification to listen than that. You certainly wouldn't listen to it because of the quality of the comedy, or because it's funny, or because it has any artistic merit whatsoever. It's awful. It is written by a bunch of brainless buffoons. So listen to the battery-operated Magic Toupee because of this very significant event that no doubt somehow changed world history in 1826. If there's any patriotism in you, any goodness, any decency, you will listen to the battery-operated Magic Toupee. The battery-operated Magic Toupee! Journey to dimensions of existence even more moronic and idiotic than ours. Alternative universes of such stupidity that we've constructed. The battery-operated Magic Toupee! Warning! The following comedy is intended for mature audiences and for those not easily offended. If you're of a delicate disposition and offend easily, for example, if we refer to you as a silly cunt, we recommend stop listening immediately, cancel us now, and fuck off. And off we go to the battery-operated Magic Toupee Control Center! Control Center, engage! Multi-dimension navigation calculated. Multiverse circuits on. Battery-operated Magic Toupee, initiate connection. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The battery-operated Magic Toupee! Are you experiencing underwear difficulties, pants problems, skivvy breakdowns? Well, on the next Yes, It's Another Morning, Darren Draws, author of How Not to Wash Your Underwear and Get Away With It, gives his top brief and pants tips, including hiding the skid marks on your white Y-fronts with a coat of white emulsion paint, hiding the holes in your shorts with cheese slices, and how to pick the melted cheese from within your bum crack after lining your pants with cheese, and how to deal with dental flossing of your bum crack caused by a misplaced tight G-string incident, and the #1 tip on how to deal with underwear problems: don't wear them. All this and more on the next Yes, It's Another Morning. And I'll be there doing the narration without underwear. Yes, you can close your eyes and fantasize about what's going on under my trousers. But first. Hi, I'm Honest Harry Harrigan from the Trust Me Party. I'm so trustworthy and honest and upstanding and reliable that they call me Honest Harry, and that is why you should elect me. Look at my face, the face of an honest man. That's why they call me Honest Harry. But, Honest Harry, you may say, other politicians claim they can't trust you. Let me show you some proof of just how honest I am. Proof of my enormous bulging integrity. Observe this video from a surveillance camera in a popular restaurant. Note, I am walking past this table. If you notice, there is a £5 note lying on that table. Why, there's quite a bit you could do with a $5. I could walk into a certain fast food restaurant and get one of their hamburgers with fries. So there it is on the table, a $5, and watch what I do. I do not take the $5. I continue walking past the table and out of camera frame, not touching that money. There you have it. Proof positive that you can honestly call me Honest Harry. I'm Honest Harry. I'm honest. Not like my opponent. My opponent, Sam the other guy, and their whole party are a bunch of corrupt, cocksucking crooks. My opponent, Honest Harry, is not worthy of his name. He's not honest. Here's a recent video that his campaign put out to try to convince you to vote for Harry, but it didn't show the whole story. Here's the rest of the video that Honest Harry didn't want to show you. Here's where they stopped the video, but observe. That's Honest Harry walking back into the camera frame, and look at what so-called Honest Harry is doing. That cheap lying little shit is coming back into the camera frame. Look at him looking both ways, and yeah, that's Honest Harry snatching the $5 and walking away. Just another thieving, lying, shiftless, corrupt politician. Don't vote for this snake in the grass. Vote for me, Sam, the other guy. I'm Honest Harry. It hurts me. It cuts me to the quick and just breaks my heart. All these smears and baseless accusations Sam the other guy smears me with. Yes, he showed some more of the video, but that doesn't tell the whole real story. I'm Honest Harry, and being so painfully honest, I insist justice be done. So yes, I'm walking past the table. Yes, I return back to the table. I stop. I realize someone could walk past and take that $5, and if that happens, the owner of that said $5 will not get his money back. So I return to the table. I picked up the $5. That's not me seeing if I could get away with it. I was seeing if the person who left the money was around. That's me seeing they're not in that direction. That's me checking. No, they're not in that direction either. So I picked up the $5. I put it in my pocket, and I proceed to walk to the restaurant manager and give it to him so that if the man who lost the money comes back, he can walk up to the counter and ask, "Did anyone turn in a $5?" And the manager can say, "Why, yes, sir, here it is. A very honest man. I think his name was Harry. Turned it in." And that man will get his rightful $5 returned. That's the kind of man I am. I'm not just honest. I'm overly honest. I'm a man who will always stand for justice. We will be taking my opponent, Sam the other guy, to court for the crime of slander. Do you want a man who, if you lose a $5, will do whatever it takes to make certain that that $5 is returned to you? Well, if you do not vote for my opponent, Sam the other guy. He'll just keep the money and buy himself cheap candy and soda. This is Sam the other guy. Well, you saw Honest Harry coming back to the table and taking the $5, and you heard Harry's story, which is frickin' far-fetched fiction. Well, here's some other videos to look at from the surveillance cameras. There is Harry in the alley behind the restaurant, a most notorious hangout for selling illegal drugs, fiddling, Thai boys, bull sacks, and prostitution. And there's Harry talking to a prostitute, a woman who charges money for a bit of squeaky bouncy. Observe Harry's attempt to negotiate a blowjob for a $5. Yes, observe Harry haggle the woman's normal price down from £30 for a blowjob to a $5. This poor, hard-working prostitute being forced to practically give it away. Look at the other prostitutes in the alley. Yeah, they're a bit skanky, but somewhat attractive. Now look at the state of the prostitutes that Harry is attempting to chisel down to a $5. Oh my God, I wouldn't have sex with that woman if I was wearing Honest Harry's dick. Honest Harry, in addition to having no integrity, will stick his dick in anything. So are you gonna vote for me, Sam the other guy, or the so-called honest man, Harry, riddled with STDs and oozing with toxic gonorrhea, dribbling everywhere with a diseased dribbly penis? Are you gonna vote for a man who, while standing up in the local council chamber, is likely to have his diseased penis fall off his body during an important speech? Are you gonna have a fallen off, discarded penis litter our council chamber floors, or me? Vote for me. I just had a test and I'm STD free. No dribbly penis here. Honest Harry is not available to comment on this last video. While in the studio ready to deliver a rebuttal, his dribbly STD-ridden penis fell off. Battery-operated magic toupee. Switch to shameless begging for sponsorship mode. Initiate. If you're a subscriber and you liked us, many thanks. We love you and appreciate your generosity. And if you're not a subscriber and haven't liked us yet, subscribe and like the battery-operated Magic Toupee on whatever platform or media you listen or watch us on. It makes a big difference and we appreciate it. Help us spread the word of the battery-operated Magic Toupee by sharing our links and commenting. We aim to give you original, uncensored, well-produced comedy, and that costs money. You can also purchase the book, The Battery-Operated Magic Toupee by Elliot Stein on Amazon. And you can visit our webpage at BOMT.UK. That's BOMT for Battery-Operated Magic Toupee.UK.
And now we return to
the Battery-Operated Magic Toupee. Battery-Operated Magic Toupee multi-dimensional circuit. Upload more crap. I'm a detective. I travel around from town to town, getting myself into the most sticky and unusual difficulties until they all get resolved conveniently in about 30 minutes. My name is Sid Bunyons. I've been a detective for many years. Not exactly sure how many. I forgot to keep track. I should have gone in my diary, circled the date to say, this is the day I begin being a world-famous detective. But I didn't do that, and since I didn't get a paying client for a couple of years, I don't have any receipts or invoices, so I could have been a detective for 10 years. I may have started last year. I just don't know. But anyway, you know me. You know my classic cases, like the case of the missing chocolate bar, that was an easy peasy one. I mean, obviously the child did it. The little brat was over there. He was covered in chocolate, had chocolate all over his face, and his mother is wondering, did someone break in and steal the chocolate bar? And I'm called in on the case, and after only 2 weeks of investigation, I suddenly noticed that the little bastard was covered in chocolate. Case solved. And the case of the mysterious dog poop. The owner phoned me up. There were big piles of dog poop on the carpet, and he couldn't figure out how they got there. After 3 weeks investigating, I determined the dog did it. He had a dog, and there were no other dogs in the neighborhood, and I noticed over 3 weeks the dog is doing its business everywhere else in the house, so 3 weeks it was easy to deduce the dog did it. Join me on my most harrowing case. I don't just investigate piles of dog poop or missing chocolate bars. This time, it was murder. I arrived at the house.
Oh, thank God you're here. Oh, we don't know what we would do without you.
Show me to the scene.
The scene, yes. Upstairs toilet. We absolutely can't flush it. And there's just so much business in there. We must get it unclogged. We're down to one toilet in the house.
No, I'm not the plumber.
Are you sure you're not the plumber? Because we did call for a plumber, and you've got, I don't know how to describe it, a very plumbery vibe. You just seem like a person who deals with pipes and human waste. You've got the feel about you of a man who's dealt with human waste and sewerage a great deal.
No, I'm a detective. Sid Bunyons.
Sick buggerers?
No, Sid Bunyons, detective.
Oh, you must be here about the murder. That's in the next room. Let me take you there. You will excuse me, my feet are very heavy today.
I observed a man behaving too calmly. I deployed my ingenious interrogation techniques. Sir, yes you. Your cavalier attitude is not appreciated and not appropriate, but highly suspicious. There has been a murder, and you're just there, casually, lying about like nothing's wrong.
That's the dead body?
I see. Well, that's my ingenious interrogation technique. The way I detect the dead body from the live one. If he had responded in any way, such as giving me an excuse why he's being casual and lying down, then obviously he wouldn't be dead and therefore would not be the murder victim. So I've deduced. This must be the murder victim. Now, let's examine the victim closely. This is interesting. Note, his skin around his body is pale white, as if he hasn't had much sun. But observe his hands. His hands are very dark, not quite black, but very dark brown, as if the hands were either exposed unusually to the sun as opposed to the other part of the body, or perhaps as if he suffers from some kind of rare disease. Dark brown, almost black hands. while the rest of his skin is white.
He's wearing gloves. Leather gloves, dark brown leather gloves. See, they come off, his hands are white.
That was going to be my next deduction. You beat me to it. Let's continue examining the body. Yes, blood. Blood on the body. Let's see where the blood is coming from. Yes, his chest. Blood coming from the chest, just over the heart. Looking at the amount of blood, this could be a stab wound. Obviously caused by a knife. But where is the knife?
Isn't that it over there?
Where?
In the dead man's chest, right where you're looking, yes? Yes, it's sticking out of the wound.
I see, yes. There, I was correct. It is a knife. It appears that this knife that is in his chest may have been plunged into his chest. Now let's see if we can determine what he died of. I think it could be poison.
What about the knife?
The knife could be a clue. Let's examine this knife. Whose knife could it be? It's very sharp. Yes, there's some printing on the blade. It reads, Property of Angus Smith, 1313 Barnley Bowles Terrace, and a postcode, N286PB. And this number under it appears to be a phone number. 07777 77771. Interesting. But it still doesn't tell us whose knife it is. Let me interrogate the rest of the people in the house. Maybe I can find out who owns this knife. You. Let's start with you. What is your name?
Angus Smith.
Where do you live?
1313 Barnley Bowles Terrace, N28, 6PB.
I see. And what is your phone number?
07777 77771.
Have you ever seen that knife before?
No.
So it doesn't belong to you?
No.
Okay. Thank you for your cooperation. This is going to be a tough case. Such a tough case that it may need to be a 2-part episode, because obviously this can't be solved in one episode.
Why do you need 2 episodes? He told you his name, address, and phone number.
Yes, he did, but he said it wasn't his knife. Why would he lie? Everybody here wants to solve this mystery. There's no reason why he would lie.
Oh, for God's sake.
So tune in next week for part 2 of The Case of the Missing Corpse. Battery operating magic coupe. Upload stop. Disengage.
As we gain a higher understanding of stupidity, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. Hence we bid farewell to the battery-operated magic toupee, pooting and spooing and farting thick brown smoke as it dimly staggers from reality to reality on its moronic mission.
You have been listening to the battery-operated magic toupee. It was performed and was written and produced by Elliot Stein. Copyright 2026, Gargoyle Entertainment. If you're a subscriber and you liked us, many thanks. We love you and appreciate your generosity. And if you're not a subscriber and haven't liked us yet, subscribe and like the battery-operated Magic Toupee on whatever platform or media you listen or watch us on. It makes a big difference and we appreciate it. Help us spread the word of the battery-operated Magic Toupee by sharing our links and commenting. We aim to give you original, uncensored, well-produced comedy, and that costs money. You can also purchase the book, The Battery-Operated Magic Toupee by Elliot Stein on Amazon. And you can visit our webpage at BOMT.UK. That's BOMT for Battery-Operated Magic Toupee.UK.